everyone, John Scovola here, independent business owner, distributor for Prive International. Welcome to another IteraCare Tech Tuesday. And we'll be talking about the IteraCare. It's 3-in-1 core technologies, how basically they work and some of the benefits. And this webinar is being recorded and will be posted later this evening. There is a question and answer section at the end of the presentation. So if you have any questions, just enter them at the bottom of your screen, and I'll attempt to help answer them, or at least guide you to where you can find answers for yourself. I've been involved with Prive International and IteraCare for about a year now, and it's been quite a ride. I heard about it, was amazed by all the testimonies and the information that I was hearing and reading and seeing, and decided to order one for myself before I started telling anyone about it. And then I had miraculous experiences for myself, and couldn't stop telling others about it. And now I've got probably about 6,000 customers around the world, and I'm on the phone all day long talking to folks globally. This call is for everyone. What I recommend is, after you've heard the presentation, if you're interested in acquiring an IteraCare, get back with the person who referred you to this call, and they can sponsor you in and get you more information. I'm going to start a presentation PowerPoint, and then at the end, we'll come back and answer some of your questions for you. So we're talking about the IteraCare, the world's #1 physiotherapy device that empowers the body to self-heal, and has remarkable abilities to stimulate acupuncture points and meridians and chakras, and raise the body's internal temperatures, and stimulate stem cells. And we're going to talk about that all through this presentation. But first, I need to read our disclaimer, and that's: the IteraCare device is a certified household electrical equipment. It has been certified as safe to use. It emits no harmful radiation and has labels allowing for its distribution internationally. The IteraCare blower is not a medical equipment, and the manufacturer provides no medical advice. Users understand that the device is not intended to be used as a medical device or for diagnostic purposes on which reliance should be placed. Its use is not intended to be relied upon in lieu of medical treatment or advice by a trained medical care provider. Users understand that they use the IteraCare blower at their own risk. Always consult your doctor or other healthcare professional with any questions regarding any medical condition, or for specific guidance regarding the optimal use of the IteraCare blower, nutrition, or physical activity. A while back, the famous science fiction writer Arthur C. Clarke wrote, "Any sufficiently advanced technology is indistinguishable from magic." And all through the world, folks that are coming into the realm of the IteraCare are calling it a magic wand. And for a couple of reasons. One is because it seems like it provides magical results. But what we're going to try to do is demystify some of that, because there is no magic. There are magical types of things, and that's often because we don't understand how something works. And in today's world, cell phones, TV, those would have been considered science fiction and magical several hundred years ago. And many of the things that are used in our medical facilities today, like lasers, ultrasound, and so forth, again, would have been considered magic not too long ago. About 2,500 years ago, Hippocrates, the modern founder of modern medicine, uh, said that the natural healing force within each of us is the greatest force in getting well. And that is so much of what we talk about in connection with the IteraCare. It is a physiotherapy device that empowers the body to self-heal. And that self-healing process is something that is greater than anyone has permitted us to believe. Nikola Tesla wrote, if you want to find the secrets of the universe, think in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And Albert Einstein wrote, future medicine will be the medicine of frequencies. So we're going to be talking a little bit about vibrations and frequencies and how this all interrelates with the idea of empowering your body to self-heal. So first, let's talk about vibration. Everything in life is vibration. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. At the most fundamental level, the universe and everything which comprises it is pure vibratory energy manifesting itself in different ways. The universe has no solidity as such. Matter is merely energy in a state of vibration. And sometimes that's a hard concept to get your head around because things in our world, including our bodies, seem pretty solid. So I came up with this example to kind of illustrate how this works. If you took a block of ice is composed of two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. And it's solid because those atoms are vibrating at a certain rate. Matter is merely energy in a state of vibration. Now, if you were to change the vibration, to change the vibratory rate, by heating that block of ice, you're speeding up the vibration of those atoms. Doesn't add on or take away any atoms. It's just speeding up the vibration. And that solid matter, that block of ice, transforms into water. Same two atoms of hydrogen, one atom of oxygen, but now they're vibrating at a much higher rate and they've changed their form. And if you continued to speed up the vibration of those atoms, what happens? You get steam and eventually an invisible state. So here was something solid, matter, H2O. We sped up the vibrations and it turned into water. And we sped up the vibrations even faster and it turned into something invisible, something solid and invisible. And the only difference in that is the state of vibration. And everything in our world, every single atom is vibrating at a different rate and at different frequencies. And if you can transform the vibration and change it, and this includes your feelings and even your thoughts, because everything in this world vibrates and has a frequency. You can change matter. You can change very interesting things in your life. So here's a device that can empower your body to self-heal. It has the ability through 3 core technologies that are patented and are totally unique in the world: terahertz frequency, quantum technology, and optical quartz technology. I say uniquely combined in the manner that they're combined here, and patented and produce some extraordinary results. The first technology has to do with something called terahertz. And in the electromagnetic wave band, terahertz waves, particularly this terahertz gap between 2 and 17 terahertz, sit in between microwaves in the far left and infrared and X-rays in the far right. And why we're particularly interested in terahertz gap is because the terahertz gap waves have the ability to pass through a human or an animal's body, and it's non-ionizing and it does not harm the bodies, but it can scan right through those bodies, and it will scan through virtually everything except metal and water. And scientists, including NASA, have known about this for about 40 years, and discovered that this would happen. And they've since developed technologies, and it's ongoing in the medical, aviation, water, social, environment, and life fields. And in 2004, the U.S. government named terahertz technology as one of the top 10 technologies that would change the world. Scientists have even called these waves the wave of life, the light of life, and God's waveband. And over these last 40 years, these governments and the scientists have known about this and have been developing it, but none of them have talked about the side effect that the terahertz had when it would pass through human and animal bodies, and that's that the body started to be empowered to self-heal. And we're going to talk about why that is. But in 2014, a biomedical scientist in China successfully invented and patented the first terahertz device that powered down the terahertz waves and was able to transfer them from a handheld device like this. Now, this particular device cost almost $500,000, but over the last 9 years, they have formed a company called Desheng and developed and manufactured a product that now you can purchase for $350 US, shipped in the US, that you can apply these terahertz waves to yourself. The Beijing Institute of Science and Technology got involved and has collaborated and performed over 62 clinical tests for safety, efficacy, and it's quite exhaustive what they've researched on this. But this is important because Desheng has appointed Prife International to be the sole exclusive distributor in the world for the IteraCare. And this was issued in September of 21. So the product has not been around the world for all that long necessarily, but in a moment I'm going to show you how it's been tremendously adopted around the world. Because of the excitement and because of the enthusiasm, there are a lot of knockoffs that are coming out, unfortunately and paradoxically, out of China that look very similar to these products, but they do not have all the patents and the certifications from Desheng and from the Beijing Institute of Science and Technology. And so they do not have the performance and the safety that the IteraCare products have. But there's been phenomenal growth since September 21, available in virtually over 40 regions around the world, and expected in 2023 to grow to over 100. So why is that? It's because the IteraCare has a unique, patented, certified, proven 3-in-1 core technology. And that's the terahertz. And the terahertz gap waves, when they flow into the body, and these are not frequencies like Rife frequencies or solfeggio frequencies and so forth. Those are in the hertz range. These are terahertz. These are in the trillions of vibrations, okay? And they've always been sitting there in nature, in the universe, in that gap, in this, and it's virtually universe's master frequencies that when they go through the body, all of your cells start resonating and optimizing and balancing and tuning themselves, rising to this master set of frequencies, the terahertz gap. And this resonation in the trillions creates an internal heat within the body that will eliminate many things that shouldn't be in the body, unhealthy cells, free radicals. And the terahertz waves also have the amazing ability to stimulate stem cells because it penetrates deep into the bone marrow. And the stem cells is cutting edge in the medical community in terms of empowering the body to self-heal. One of the other core technologies is quantum scalar energy, and I'll talk about that in a few moments. And again, this is every day becoming more and more of interest by quantum physicists and by lay people, realizing that there's an energy, a scalar energy that goes deeply all the way down into your DNA, all the way down into your subconscious. And we're going to talk about what that means and how that can affect you. And then very, very importantly is the optical quartz crystal technology that is part of how the terahertz is created, and it's part of how it's amplified from the device. And so the first part is the optical quartz technology. And that optical quartz crystal tube resides in the front part of the IteraCare. In all three models, this is all in this part here. And that part alone is extremely important. And the product does not work without that, because the IteraCare produces radiant heat, which will come out of the tube. And that has various therapeutic value to your body. We'll talk about that in a moment. But the real important part of the terahertz creation has to do with that the device also creates far infrared, and when that interacts with the optical quartz tube, which is comprised of quartz and hundreds of minerals, it creates terahertz. And this is a very big part of the patents that they finally developed, this ability to create the far infrared translation into terahertz. So there's several different effects and benefits of the terahertz. First of all, that it stimulates internal heat. And this happens because of the vibrations resonating, all the cells resonating at a very high vibration. And it creates a internal, virtually a sauna effect. And many call it the world's best handheld sauna device that'll strengthen the self-healing ability of the body. And that, of even a slight increase here can boost your immunity up to 5 times. Boost your immune system, increase the activity in your cells, increase cellular oxygenation, blood flow increase, metabolizing waste products in the body, softening connective tissues, relaxing muscle fibers, and reducing joint stiffness. And so this is a combination of the terahertz causing the resonating effect within your cells, and also the thermic heat coming and radiant heat coming out of the device. A second very, very important part is that it has the ability to stimulate acupuncture points, meridians, and chakras without the need of needles and even great training. And a real cutting edge discovery is the ability to do vagus nerve stimulation. And that's not that easy to do, but if you could stimulate your vagus nerves, which are right behind your ears here, they're connected to all your organs, and they will also release serotonin, which will make you feel better, less stressed, less depressed, and so forth. So this is a very quick protocol if you're feeling stressed and or depressed and need some rest or relaxation, is to just use the IteraCare behind your ears for a few minutes on each side, and it's amazing the results you can get from that. But you can also use the IteraCare to stimulate all of your chakras, which are all connected with all sorts of internal organs and systems. Use them on your hands, your palms, and I'm going to talk about some basic protocols in a few minutes. but you can use them on all these acupuncture and reflexology points in your hands, on the bottoms of your feet, even in your ears. A tremendous amount of acupuncture points in your ears here. And also, very importantly, it has the ability to activate stem cells.
IteraCare device has the ability to awaken dormant stem cells in the bone marrow. Yes, we have sleeping stem cells in our bone marrows. As you keep blowing this on your spine, you're activating these stem cells. And guess what? You're going to create brand new lungs, brand new kidneys. Eventually, as you keep using this over time, you will have brand new organs, glands, and tissues in your bodies. IteraCare device.
And if that was not enough, the device has a core technology called quantum scalar energy technology. Dr. Deepak Chopra once said that quantum healing is healing the body-mind from a quantum level. That means from a level which is not manifest at a sensory level. Our bodies ultimately are fields of information, intelligence, and energy. Quantum healing involves a shift in the fields of energy information so as to bring about a correction in an idea that has gone wrong. So quantum healing involves healing one mode of consciousness, mind, to bring about changes in another mode of consciousness, body. So what's going on there? When you flip the switch on the IteraCare, you activate the terahertz waves, the optical quartz, but you also activate the quantum scalar effect and technology. That creates a field around you that will uplift and energize you all the way down to your DNA and all the way down into your subconscious, and help to uplift, to balance, to energize. But quantum scalar waves also can carry information, carry vibrational signature information, and it will enhance your focused intention. And so that is a whole another hour long, at least, a Zoom call that we're going to be starting up in a few weeks. But this is a very, very important part of in life, and especially with the IteraCare, because the IteraCare will enhance your ability to focus your intention. And so you want to consider what your affirmations are while you're using the IteraCare. You want to be thinking and focused and intending that what you're working on already exists, and you're grateful for that. So you're saying to yourself, as you're winding yourself, my mind is clear. Yes, thank you. My mind is clear. Yes, thank you. My knees feel great. My knees feel great. Yes, thank you. My knees feel great. Yes, thank you. And like I said, we'll have regular Zoom calls on the quantum scalar technology and how to work with that, because it's a vast, amazing area to work with. And we're starting to bring out videos demonstrating evidence that this is real, and demonstrating evidence right there in the video that your intention using this device and the quantum and so forth can actually affect the charging of your water, of your bodies, of all sorts of interesting things. And why we want to use all of these devices is because bad diet, stress, radiation, emotional stress, all of these things are weakening the energy within our body, within our cells. And this device allows you to recharge, rejuvenate, optimize, balance, tune up your cells back into a self-healing mode. As you saw earlier in the presentation, this device is flying off the shelves around the world. People cannot help themselves in sharing it because of what they experience with it. And the testimonies just keep flooding in every day. This few testimonies here were from a small convention we had in Las Vegas back in September of this 2022, and it was the first. It was actually a leaders meeting, and we had hundreds of people there, and people were lined up and begging to come up on the stage and give their testimony.
Company, I've been using my one, and I've been healthy since. So I recommend everybody has digestion problems to try it. So it's the best thing you guys can do. Thank you.
And I randomly blew on it thinking it would go away. Then I got serious about it because I was tired of dealing with it. So I blew it for 4 minutes every day for 10 days, and it's gone. So that's it.
I did not get any what they call REM sleep or deep sleep, and I would only get like an hour of sleep a night. Since using the wand, I sleep through the night, and it's deep sleep, and I am so grateful, so grateful.
Wow.
I have a knee that was, I thought, headed to replacement. So the discomfort in my knee, I would push up from every place I was sitting. First night and next day, I stood up without having to push off. Now I walk around my house and randomly sit down and stand up because I can.
That are getting inflammation reduction and the depression. It's almost like I turned back the clock about 30 to 40 years, William.
Company.
And the IteraCare is loved by animals, whether it be dogs, cats, horses, tropical fish, parakeets, parrots. This is a little testimony that we just got in recently, where the dog was could barely walk, and after a few sessions was able to walk again. However, we do caution you that your cats and your dogs won't leave you alone. Once they learn about this device, they will come running and jump in your lap because they want their session. They just love it. Women are loving it for anti-aging, skin. The testimonies are just amazing. What happens when they're empowering their body and their skin to self-heal. The before and after pictures are amazing and in very, very short order. We're getting more and more of folks talking about weight loss, and this is like a side effect for many people. But the IteraCare process and therapy helps to remove toxins and excess fats, water retention through the heat, and people are just remarkable testimonies with weight loss. And it's a very, very easy to use device by elderly people, people of all ages, even youngsters love it. And there are some basic protocols, basic, intermediate, advanced, but the very basic protocols are just shine it on your body, feel intuitively where you need this. And this is a very basic protocol that we put out, 10-step process that can take 15, 20 minutes. And we talked about drinking 2 glasses of warm water, but this is terahertz charged water. And I'm going to talk about that in a few moments, what that is and how to do it. And just doing the palms and soles. And you saw earlier, wonderful acupuncture points, all 3 of your palms and your soles, behind your knees, groin, armpit. And we're hitting lymphatic areas, upper back, your head. And like I said, people can do this in very short order. The recommendations are that you don't do more than 2 hours per day. but most folks don't have to do it for 2 hours. Typically about 15-20 minute maintenance, unless you have some area of a lot of discomfort in your body, an acute area, and then you may want to spend about 15 minutes just on that one particular area. There are some situations where it's not recommended, where if someone's pregnant, menstruating, if they have a stent or objects in their body, but you can still use the IteraCare and drink the water, just avoid blowing directly on some of these areas. The terahertz water is worth the price of the product, $350. It's a steal for that price. There are devices on the market that sit on the top of a jug of water and create terahertz water in about 5-10 minutes, but they cost $15,000. All right, our device in less than a minute will charge up a glass of water and restructure the water into a linear fashion so that our cells can absorb the water much easier, and makes most of the things that we're drinking and processing in our body much more bioavailable. Just tremendous super hydration, and it just tastes better. When I first started doing this, I was amazed. I couldn't get enough of the water. My wife felt the same way. That's what I hear regularly. Your body just really loves it. And you can charge the water from the top, like this person's doing here, or through the side of a glass. You can just lay it on a counter and charge it, and that's just as equally as effective. Are there some more benefits to it? Yeah. Increasing your alertness, fueling your brain, strengthening your immune system, reducing toxins, hydrating the body ultra fast, reinforcing weight loss, improving your complexion. Great benefits. We highly recommend that you actually start out with drinking the terahertz water first, and ease into different protocols of what feels comfortable. But the water is extremely important, because we're mostly water, and it's very important to drink this charged water, this linear structured water, and it's recommended at a warmer level so that you're extending the heat that you've created within your body. That's got great health rejuvenation effect. So these devices are flying off the shelves. People are loving them all around the world in over 40 countries. And it's accelerating because people experience all the various benefits we've been talking about from any very inexpensive device, a device that is very easy to use and has very fast results.
IteraCare,
the best therapeutic device in Africa!
Okay, so that's our presentation. Like I said, this is being recorded and will be posted to YouTube here shortly. And we're doing this every Tuesday night, so you can send people here. And I ask everyone to get back with whoever sent you here to get more information and/or have them sponsor you and get you an IteraCare as soon as possible. Let me check here and see if we've got some questions here. A little more questions about how to use the IteraCare. I mentioned the basic protocols, and when you're using IteraCare, you want to be careful about the heat. Use it to your comfort level, okay? And there's a number of different ways that you can use it, where you can just point it. You can actually move it in and out. That's a very interesting effect in the body. You can do it in circular motions, up and down, back and forth. But there are a lot of distributors that will say it doesn't matter how you use it or what the direction is and so forth. And I don't actually agree with that. It's kind of like exercise. If you know that we're all supposed to move, we all should get up and move and exercise. And at first, it's not that important how you do it. You just want to get some movement in your life. But if you go into a gym or a physiotherapist, they're going to look at you and talk to you and ask you what you want to accomplish, and then they're going to give you some very specific exercises and protocols. And those things are available in the IteraCare system. So the very basic protocol is to use it to get that terahertz and the quantum scalar, the heat in your body, and getting things moving. Use the basic 10 steps that we've talked about, and just do that. The question comes up, does direction matter? And there are a lot of distributors say, no, it doesn't matter. And that's not really true. Because when you get into the intermediate level, where you start referring to traditional Chinese medicine and acupuncture, direction does matter. And energy flows in your body, the meridians and so forth, they have movement. Even our chakras, they move in a clockwise direction. Most people don't know that. And the movement of energy clockwise energizes, and counterclockwise unblocks. And you're going to see a lot of protocols with charts, and they're going to show you a counterclockwise direction. And people go, don't worry about that, just do it. But the reality is that's there because in traditional Chinese medicine, they refer to the fact that often pain and some discomfort in your body is caused by some energy blockage. And so they're recommending somehow or other you unblock that. And so one of the basic intermediate steps that I talk about is to first go through and unblock everything. So doing everything in a counterclockwise direction, especially if it's an acute area that you're working on, counterclockwise, and then go back and then energize. Unless you're trying just to energize, and then clockwise. And it doesn't have to be complicated. Disregard what I'm saying if it's too complicated. Just get the terahertz in your body. However, you will get more refined, more deeper results if you follow what's going on in your body and the way these things flow. And the more advanced types of protocols for use of the IteraCare have to do with the quantum area. And how are you using it in terms of your intention? How are you using it in terms of for yourself or for others, even at distance? And we are bringing out more and more information about that in videos demonstrating the evidence that this is extremely effective, extremely easy, and remarkable. Any questions here? Should you avoid metal in your body? That is one of the contraindications. However, again, like I said, you can drink the charged terahertz water and just avoid some of those areas. If I had metal in my shoulder or my arm, you just don't want to be heating that up and causing perhaps damage within your body. So you could do the rest of your body, especially in your hands and your feet, and just keep moving. So don't focus on some area that could be harmed by perhaps the heat that's going on there. Okay, well, thank you very much for coming. Our IteraCare Tech Tuesday, here every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Pacific time. I said, get back to your sponsor, get back to the person who referred you here. If you don't have anyone, if you came across this from the internet, you can contact me through www.thzdevice.com. But I really want to honor anyone who's sent somebody here and told you about the product, and get back to them, and they'll help you acquire one of these devices. So thank you very much for attending, and See you next time.